Hi, I'm Tony Stefani with Hillside Christmas Tree Farm, and I am in my garage now. Dad had an accident, and we broke our motor and pump for the sprayer. What happened is, it's a pull tank, and it's got the motor and the pump, and he grabbed the wrong lever. He meant to shift into, I think, 2 or 4-wheel drive, but he pulled the 3-point arms up instead, and the arms, sitting this way, came up, caught the carburetor, broke off the air cleaner, broke the cylinder head, So he got a new motor, and we brought it to my garage because I can do this stuff after work and not have to spend time on the farm. So I'm going to pull the pump off and the plate, and I'm going to swap the motor out. So why don't you guys follow along and see how we're going to do this. All right, the first thing we're going to do on this pump is we're going to pump motor assembly, right? We have the pump, we have the motor. We're going to pull off the pump assembly with what looks like some 1/2-inch bolts. So I'll be honest, I have never done this before, but I do feel pretty handy when it comes to this kind of stuff, so I don't think it's out of the possibility. One of my worries is that I'm going to pull this cover off and a bunch of oil and whatever's going to come out, but you know what? That's why we're in the garage, so spin it this way so we know which ones we're talking about. We're talking about the bolts that are just across this PTO shaft, the engine, so maybe it was a good time to do this. Looks like we got some sort of oil leak. Not good there. Kind of rounded that off. My dad says that this motor engine, is the original one to the sprayer. So that means it's like, what, I don't know, 30 years old. I can remember this thing when I was, as long as I can remember. So they always called this thing the orange sprayer. And I'm like, what? Orange sprayer? It's always been green, but this is what they used back when they were painting trees. They would put a paint in this sprayer and had a big contraption that would lift it up over the trees and paint the trees. All right, that's exciting. No oil in there. So we'll put this to the side. And there we go. So obviously there's some sort of, gearing inside there. Doesn't look too worn out. We have, looks like Allen bolts on there. So those will be next. So I was thinking about just grabbing onto here with a pair of pliers, but it's probably not a good idea since this engine's toast. What we can do is take the spark plug out, put something down in there that we can use to kind of plug that motor up, which isn't going to hurt anything because this motor's junk. Perfect. A little trick, you can actually stuff, a rope or something into the cylinder head, into the cylinder. Then when you turn it, it kind of will seize up on itself like that. Obviously, we got to go the other way. And that should allow you to break it loose. Some Loctite on that. It's keyed. What I don't have is a puller here. Well, since we can't pull this off and we can't go much further, we can't get this plate off, we'll take the engine off the base because that's going to have to get cleaned up and see if the motor will actually fit on that. The new motor will fit on that because otherwise we'll have to take that somewhere and get it drilled, because what I have here isn't going to be big enough to drill that. So let's just tip this thing on its side. Get a little impact. There we go. The original motor is a Honda GX140. Here's the plate it was on. Kind of scrape that off, get it cleaned up. Rears Company, home of pull tank and pack tank sprayers. Yep. Well, we'll put this one down here. We'll get the new one real quick just to make sure the holes line up. And yeah, we'll go from there. Ugh. And there is our new one. So we'll just make sure these holes line up. which they do. So good, no drilling on that. The new motor we're putting on is a GX160, so it's a little bit bigger, but it's nice that the whole size fits the same. When we talked to the dealership, the PTO size is the same, so it should be pretty much a one-to-one swap. They did tell us this is a little bit bigger, so we should get more power. I don't know what that means as far as, you know, pump operation, all that stuff, but probably not a bad thing. So yeah, we'll get the old engine back up here and ready for our puller so we can get that gear off. Just like that. Now, just for yucks, let's try a couple things here. We'll try to hit the pin. Maybe we can knock it just a little bit loose, get enough movement in it to loosen up that gear. Get a screwdriver behind it. Oh, look at that. Just a little bit, popped right off. Perfect. Perfect, no puller needed. Now, I already had it, I believe, so let's get this. I think everything in here was Loctited in, because it's hard coming out the whole way. So what we're doing now is pulling out these 4 bolts that are holding on the adapter plate that goes from the motor to the pump. Just like that. All right, I think we're done with this engine. Put this to the side. Get our new guy. I know that there was one straight up, so we know that this was our pattern. Do I have any Loctite? I have blue Loctite, so we'll use that. All right, and there she is, hooked up. Let's give it just a little pull. Make sure nothing's seized up here. There we are. Maybe an hour total. Not a lot of work. Not too bad. Glad I didn't need a puller. Hopefully we don't make the same mistake again, right? That arm came up here, knocked that thing. All right, and that does it for our engine replacement from our GX140 to a GX160. I was talking to my dad yesterday. I sent him a picture after I was done, and he said that when they called the Honda rep that they haven't made that engine in over 10 years, and yeah, Dad kind of confirmed that it was engine's probably 30 years old, and he kind of made the comment that it just goes to show if you take care of the equipment, you winterize it, this thing always started right up. So take care of the stuff, don't make mistakes. Hopefully this thing will last another 30 years. You know how vital the sprayer is to our operation. We missed our window with, I think, pre-emergent because of this accident, but I think we'll still catch kind of the before the bud breaks of the trees and get the post-emergence down and get our weeds under control. So yeah, thanks for watching.